Class 6 English. Lesson 12. Rosy. S meeting with Nessy. Rosy had come to visit her Aunt Tina in Scotland, which is in the north of the United Kingdom. Her aunt lived near the Loch Ness. Loch Ness is a deep lake. Rosy felt bored at her aunt's home. "Aunt Tina, I want to go down to the lake. I am feeling bored," she said. Her aunt said, "Sure, Rosy, you me. What will you do there?" Quote, "I will throw some stones into the water and watch the ripples," said Rosy. "Don't go too near the lake. It is very deep and dangerous," said Aunt Tina. Rosy ran out of the door and then to the lake. She ran past a boat that read, "Loch Ness, home of the famous Loch Ness monster." Rosy read the board and smiled. Her parents had told her that there was no such thing. It was a myth. Rosy believed them. Reaching the lake shore, she looked around for some small stones that she could throw in the lake. She gathered a few and put them in her pocket after counting them. She looked for a nice spot to sit and found a big rock near the lake. She started throwing the stones as far as she could. Each stone said splash as it touched the water. She loved the sound of the water. And she enjoyed watching the round ripples. She enjoyed watching them going away slowly and then merging into water. She threw another stone. Splash, came the sound. She loved the sound and the sight. She kept throwing stones one after the other. The water seemed very deep there. She threw another stone. Suddenly, she heard a sound, "Eeks." Rosy was surprised. "Who's there?" she said. No answer. She threw another stone. "Eeks. Stop throwing stones," said a voice. Rosy looked into the lake to see who it was. In the water, she saw a huge animal. It was like a dinosaur. It was green. It had small little horns. It was rubbing its head against the shore of the lake. "Why are you throwing stones into the lake?" "It hurts," said the animal. Rosy looked at the creature with fear. "Sorry," she said. "Well, all right," said the animal. The animal looked at Rosy and saw her shocked face. "I'm Nessy," said the huge creature. "People call me the Loch Ness monster." "Who are you?" Rosy was a little afraid of the stalking animal. She kept quiet. Nessy said, "Don't be scared, I don't harm anyone." She said, "But you are so huge." Quote, Nessy said, "Don't think about my size. Have never harmed anyone here." Quote, "I don't know. I am not from Scotland," said Rosy. "Okay, tell me your name," said Nessy. "I'm Rosy. I'm visiting my Aunt Tina. I find this place very cold and boring. I don't like this place." Quote, Nessy started to laughing. Its laugh was very loud. Rosy looked at Nessy with fear. She could only see its head and long neck. It had triangular spikes on its neck. It had bits of plants hanging from its mouth. Rosy could see that it had sharp teeth and it could eat her in one bite if it wanted. But the plant in its mouth suggested that it was a herbivore. Rosy felt relaxed. "Why do people call you a monster? Are you really a monster?" Rosy asked. "No, I am not a monster. People call me a monster because they do not know me. I belong to the dinosaur family. I only eat plants, not little girls," Nessy assured Rosy. "Would you like a ride on my back?" Rosy looked at Nessy. "How big are you?" she asked. "Well, I'm more than 100 feet long. I've got humps on my back. I'm very thin. I have feet and arms too, but I use them only to swim and glide around the lake. Would you like a ride on my back around the lake?" Nessy asked again. Rosy nodded. "Climb on my back and hold on," said Nessy. Rosy caught onto Nessy's strong horns and found a place to sit on its back. She held tightly onto one of her spikes. "Are you ready?" Nessy asked her. Rosy was suddenly very excited. "Yes, I am ready." "Nessy," she said. Nessy started the journey through the lake. Soon they were swimming all around the lake. Rosy caught hold of Nessy tightly. Nessy went in and out of the water. "Whoosh," said Nessy as it went into the water, and "wee" as it came out. Rosy was also enjoying it. She said, This is fun. Quote, would you like to see my cave? Nessy asked. I'd love to, but on another day. It's getting late. My aunt must be waiting for me. Rosy answered. Okay, then we will meet again. How long are you going to be here? Said Nessy. Another week. But tomorrow I am going to Edinburgh for sightseeing, informed Rosy. Great, then. We'll meet again the day after, said Nessy. Fine, please take me back to the lake shore, Rosy said. Within no time they were at the shore and said bye to each other. Now Rosy had a friend in Scotland. Life, for Rosy, was going to be exciting.